Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, back with some Star Trek news this time. This is from Screen Rant. As usual, links in the description down below. And don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. I'm also on Rumble and Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description for those, as are the links for my 2 books. I know I keep plugging them. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action-adventure, Silent Predator, short horror novella. They're both on Amazon, just a bit of fun, Kindle and paperback, and all that stuff. I remembered to switch my thing on. Right, let's have a look at this article then. By the way, we're going around the Enterprise Bridge, as you can see there. I know it's not very high quality, but, you know, it'll do, whatever. It's just a background. Right, here we go, there we go. William Shatner explained Kirk's dying last words in Star Trek. Captain Kirk delivered famous last words when he died in Star Trek Generations, which William Shatner explained in a new Roddenberry Archive video. There he is. He didn't die on the bridge, he died under a bridge, didn't he? Generations wasn't very good, I must admit. Anyway, Star Trek icon William Shatner explains Captain James T. Kirk's dying words in Star Trek Generations. On the eve of his 92nd birthday, Mr. Shatner, legend, sat for an hours-long interview about his Star Trek career playing Captain Kirk for the Roddenberry Archive, produced by cloud graphics innovators OTOY, along with Star Trek Picard's production designer Dave Blass. William Shatner reflections on the end of an era. Holographically returns the legendary actor to the bridge of the Starship Enterprise from 1979 Star Trek The Motion Picture. OTOY's YouTube released a 3-minute clip titled The Roddenberry Archive William Shatner 4K, where the legendary actor mused on Kirk's controversial death in 1994's Star Trek Generations. Shatner explained his thought process behind Kirk's famous last words, "Oh my." Read his quote and watch the video below. And I bet George Takei is not mentioned. Anyway, quote, "We knew that Kirk..." I won't do the impression. "We knew..." No, I won't do it because I can't do it. "We knew that Kirk was going to die. I'd like to think we die the way we live. So Captain Kirk, I imagined that he would die with awe and wonder. Like, wow, I'm dying. I wonder what's going to happen now, with courage and bravery, and he's not afraid. So my thought was Kirk would die. Wow." And only a few years before, I don't know, about 7 years earlier, he directed Star Trek V. Obviously, he'd forgotten in that Captain Kirk said he knew he'd die alone. Anyway, so they wrote it was fun, but obviously Kirk's not psychic, is he? He's not Pike. He hasn't foreseen his own death, or near death, whatever. His own, how he's going to, what's going to happen to him. You know what I mean? Anyway, so they wrote it was fun. So they wrote it was fun. And lying there, I thought, it's better than that. And I tried to see whatever it was, the cloud, the guy with the scythe, and say, "Oh my," is the way I wanted to say it. It didn't quite come out that way. I didn't know it until I saw it. It comes out a little fearful. I didn't want it to be fearful. I did the best I could. I don't know whether I would do anything different now looking at it. Yeah, because he did say like, "Oh my," as though he realised at the last minute he was actually going to die, and then he died. That's how I, interpreted it. Unlike Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy, and Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, whose Star Trek deaths were immediately reversed, Captain Kirk's death stood the test of time, but not in his books, because he wrote books, didn't he, bringing back Captain Kirk. Kirk's demise was intended to be a capstone to Star Trek Generations, which passed the torch from the crew of Star Trek the original series to the cast of Star Trek the Next Generation, taking over the movie franchise. But they didn't need to do that, because they did it in Star Trek 6, didn't they? The Undiscovered Country. That was like a passing of the torch, because they said at the end, he had his little closing monologue at the end, did Kirk, saying the the Enterprise, the adventures of the Enterprise or whatever, would pass to a new generation, and then to boldly go where no man or no one has gone before. That's how it ended with Star Trek 6, didn't it? And we had Colonel Worf in it. Anyway, Shatner had no say in Kirk's death, but he tried to infuse as much drama and poignance as he could into the Captain's final moments. William Shatner has not played Captain Kirk in live action since Star Trek Generations, although he voiced Kirk in the 2002 Futurama episode where no fan has gone before. Instead, the role of Captain Kirk passed to younger actors. In 2009 Star Trek movie reboot, Chris Pine became Captain Kirk in J.J. Abrams' alternate Kelvin timeline. I don't mind the actors do a good job with what they've been given, but they're terrible films. So nothing against the actors. Chris Pine, he plays a good young Kirk, I must admit. But the films are not good. In 2022, Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 1 cast Paul Wesley as Kirk. He's done. It's nothing like Kirk. He's like a pound shop Kirk. Kirk, if you ordered him from Wish. Is not good. Not good. Not in my opinion. And I like Strange New Worlds, but I didn't like that final episode of Season 1, and he's coming back in Season 2. And there we go. And he reprises the role in Season 2. Not looking forward to that. He's supposed to be a lieutenant, and I'm sure I've seen in the trailers he's got captain stripes on his uniform. I'm sure he has. Unless it was the lighting, I don't know, but I'm sure he has captain stripes. Star Trek Picard Season 3 revealed Kirk's corpse was taken from his gravesite on Veridian 3. Vorstoja Veridian. And is being stored in the top-secret Daystrom Station installation under Project Phoenix. While it's unlikely William Shatner, with capital I, will embody Captain Kirk once again, his context helps give Kirk's death a greater meaning in Star Trek. And there we go. By the way, this is from an amazing video. I mean, it might show it. If you follow that link, it might show it. I don't know. I've not actually watched this. I've just seen this article. But there's an amazing video that's doing the rounds on the internet showing the recovery of the... it's done by the OTOY, showing the recovery of the Enterprise D-Saucer section from Veridian 3, and presumably the recovery of Kirk's body, because it sees Spock standing by where Kirk was buried under stones, by Picard in Generations. So presumably the recovery of Kirk's body as well, and it looks amazing. So give that a look. Give that a look as well. But there we go. So yes, he wanted to say something like wow, and he ended up saying oh my, as though he was seeing God or the Grim Reaper or whatever, and say oh my, and it came out a bit more fearful than he intended. As though he was seeing something scary, the Grim Reaper lurching over him with his scythe and his skeletal face going, I've come for you, Kirk. Ah! Oh my. But he didn't mention, as I said, he didn't mention George Takei, did he? Oh my. I wonder why he didn't mention him. Anyway, so we'll leave that there. But yes, give that. I'll dig out the link for that video, that YouTube video. Watch it, it's amazing. I'll put it in the description. Yeah, give that a go. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, get rid of that. Thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee.